It's not often that I find myself in disagreement with Jimmy Page about Led Zeppelin's music, but in the case of the song All My Love, I am in disagreement with Jimmy Page. Now, it's well known that Page dislikes the song and felt that the tone of the song, the lyrics, and particularly the chorus, didn't suit Led Zeppelin very well, and he compared it to a Rod Stewart song with scarves waving in the audience, and he didn't feel that the sentimentality of the song was a good fit for Led Zeppelin. I think it's worth pointing out that All My Love is one of the, I think, only 2 songs that are in the Led Zeppelin catalog where Jimmy Page doesn't have a writing credit. It's also a song that reflects John Paul Jones's flair for arrangement and instrumentation. It is one of the few Led Zeppelin songs that features a synthesizer solo. The role of the guitar is slightly diminished, although I think there's some very beautiful playing on the track. And I don't say that this is the reason that Jimmy Page throws shade at All My Love, but I think that these are some of the reasons that to him it feels like it's not fully formed Led Zeppelin track, because the elements that I just described that are diminished are trademarks of Led Zeppelin's music. And while I can kind of see why he would think that, I also don't feel that he was right in his assessment of the song. And I'm going to tell you why, but I'm not going to do it alone. I'm going to get a little bit of help by listening to a clip of Robert Plant talking about the song and his inspiration about it and his general attitude and feelings toward the song All My Love. Before I play the Robert Plant audio clip, I'd like to remind all of you Led Zeppelin fans that I've got a ton of Led Zeppelin related content in the archives and in the section, which you can check out whenever you like. And also, I've put 5 interesting facts about Led Zeppelin down in the description box below. And I want you to check them over very carefully to make sure I didn't get anything wrong, because you never know nowadays when you're looking around for information that you might be getting something that's completely bunk under the guise of fact. So if you're an expert, you can check those out and make sure that I've got everything straight. If not, leave a comment. Let's listen in to Robert Plant right here.
All My Love. I know that's difficult for you to talk about it because you wrote that in the wake of your son's death in the mid-70s. And as a parent, I know what every other parent knows, that your terror in life is that one of your children will die before you do. And I recognize it. But tell me what you can and what you will about All My Love.
Yeah. I think it was just paying tribute to the joy that he gave us as a family, and in a crazy way still does occasionally. His mother and I often, the memory changes, the contrast and the focus changes as time goes on. It's a long time ago that we lost him, 40 years ago.
Alright, so one of the things that he's suggesting in that comment is that the song helps him stay connected to his son even though Karac perished. And another thing that he's suggesting is that the spirit of his son and the joy that he brought to his life are what gave him the inspiration to write the song in the first place. So the song is a living connection to his son, and it was born out of his absolute joy in being a father to his son. So these are 2 strong reasons why the lyric should be not only recognized as being inspired and authentic, but also deeply artistic and creative, because it's perilous and dangerous to take these kinds of personal experiences and turn them into art and entertainment for the whole world to see. And when you do that, you not only expose your feelings about the incident to the world, but you open yourself up to questions like this that Robert Plant is getting 40 some odd years later. It's just kind of trying to rip open the pain all over again and have him comment on it in front of the world. So he's showing his vulnerability as a parent, as an artist, and as a creator all at once in making this song, in writing the lyrics the way that he did, and in singing the song the way that he did, and in having the courage to go through with it at all. Now, the second part part that I want to talk about where I might disagree with Jimmy Page is that the song isn't right for Led Zeppelin, or that it has the wrong feeling or wrong mood for Led Zeppelin. Like I said, I can understand why he would make that comment, but I also think that there is something that Jimmy Page forgot. That Led Zeppelin was a band that's noted for doing the unexpected, like the grunge, or to be honest, Stairway to Heaven. Before Stairway to Heaven became the kind of cliched masterpiece that it is now, it was a groundbreaking novelty. Nobody had ever put a track together like that before. You could say the same thing about a number of other Led Zeppelin tracks. That experimentalism and doing things that were unexpected, suddenly doing a country flavored song like Down by the Seaside, or doing a mostly acoustic album like Led Zeppelin 3. We're throwing curveballs at people. And I'll throw one final thing out here for you to consider, which is when Jimmy Page did his album with David Coverdale. There's a song on that album called Take a Look at Yourself, and it has the same kind of arena rock chorus, almost a power ballad approach, but it's missing the authentic personal story behind it that's evident in All My Love. So while it's similar to All My Love in its being a power ballad and a crowd pleaser, so to speak, it doesn't have the same kind of authentic pain that Robert Plant just discussed in that interview clip. So if you take the overall musicality of the song, now we go to the playing on the song. Well, Robert Plant's singing is top notch. The arrangement of the song is brilliant. Jimmy Page's playing is incredible and has some of his most beautiful acoustic guitar playing. And John Bonham's playing is excellent on the track. It's a standout Led Zeppelin track. And the reason that I made this video is because I think Jimmy Page's throwing shade at this song has had an effect on diminishing. So that if you look at Eric Clapton doing Tears in Heaven, this became one of his biggest signature flagship songs. Had Jimmy Page shown more enthusiasm for All My Love, if Jimmy Page hadn't been outright dismissive of the song, I think it would have occupied a much higher place in the favor of the public, particularly among Led Zeppelin fans. Now, I think that it's a brilliant track, and in this one case, I disagree with Jimmy Page. But what I really want to know is what you think. Do you think that All My Love is a good song? Or do you think that Jimmy Page was right, and that it's not quite a good fit for Led Zeppelin, even though it has a very beautiful sentiment behind it? This is what I think, but what really matters is what you think. So if you have an idea about this or any other topic connected to classic or contemporary music, please drop it in the section below, and remember to like and subscribe. Also, if you're enjoying the videos, please consider helping out the channel by clicking on the thanks button right down there below. Or if you prefer, you can use the Buy Me a Coffee link to leave a donation at the Buy Me a Coffee site. Thanks a lot.